Hey, it's Patrick from JMP Cycles, and this is our Harley-Davidson Softail Fat Bob Muffler Shootout. Why would you want to put a set of mufflers on your Fat Bob? Well, for one, the stock sound is terrible. Another reason is you're going to pick up a few extra ponies, even though all of these mufflers are hooked to a stock header, and in the Fat Bob specifically, the catalytic converter is still in there. So the bad part of that is it may hurt your performance just a little bit as opposed to a full system, even though you're going to get a really good sound. The good part of that is, especially for you California folks, is these are all 50 state legal modifications you can do to your motorcycle. Highly recommend you pair this with an intake. You get an intake, get a little more air in to get a little more air out, and raise up the performance of that bike just a little bit more. And I'll go ahead and answer the elephant in the room right now. Do you need a tune? I'm going to say yes. I don't know if it's a necessity, but it's highly recommended. And I say that even with stock bikes. Anytime you modify the airflow of these bikes, you want to modify the fuel curve to match. Something like an FP3 or a Power Vision is going to be more than enough to take care of your tuning needs if you do any of these mufflers. Now let's kind of break these down. These all vary in price just a little bit, with the RineHart being the most expensive. We'll get to that in a little bit. But basically, all these are going to be, the other three are going to be in the $450 to $500 range, and then the RineHart's at $550. But let's start with the Vance and Hines here. The Vance and Hines, this is their HO design, which is very, very prevalent in their exhaust line with their HO line of 2-in-1s. It's a 4-inch muffler body that's stepped up to 4.5. The other thing you'll notice here, it's kind of the shorter of all of them. So it's gonna kind of shorten up the look of that back there a little bit, but I really like to look at these because of that HO look. Ours are the 40th anniversary model, which means it has the gold badge on it. You can get it with the standard Vance and Hines logo on there. That's the only difference in those two mufflers, is that badging. This uses a perf core baffle, and with that short, belled out sound, it's a really deep and throaty sound. It does have a nice thin billet tip on there. That satin coating is carried over from the muffler body into the tip. Really good sounding exhaust, and it's gonna be a good performing exhaust because it comes from Vance and Hines. It does not use the factory heat shield. Two of these mufflers do, two don't. Vance and Hines is one of them that doesn't use that heat shield. That's why this tab is right here. That's something I really like about some of these mufflers, that I don't really care for that factory heat shields on there. This gets rid of that, gives it a little cleaner look. But I know what you're thinking. You want to hear what it sounds like, and we've got you covered. Moving on to our next set of mufflers, this is the Cobra 4-inch El Diablo slip-ons. Again, all of these are in this satin black finish. This, to me, is the most different out of all of them because it uses this kind of tapered cone style muffler. And it starts at about a 3-inch down here, and it tapers out to 4. It does have a pretty large aluminum cap on the end with Cobra etched in it there. It looks really good. As far as looks, this looks the most different from all of them. The Vance and Hines one does have the HO step up in it, but this 3 to 4-inch kind of cone looking, it's a little bit retro looking. Again, does not use that factory heat shield, that big cuff that goes up there. It doesn't use that. This bolts right to the header heat shield. Very, very clean looking install. This uses a louvered baffle as opposed to just perf core baffle, and it does have a little bit different sound than the Vance and Hines. It's a little bit longer, a little bit different baffle. It does have a different sound, and we'll give you a listen to that right now. Moving on to the RineHart. This is a 4.5-inch muffler from stem to stern. It's the biggest one. It's also the most expensive one. And I think the reason for that is it has the biggest end cap here. You can see this big billet end cap, and it's been, looks like to me this is anodized, satin finish like everything else. You have the RineHart graphic right there on the side, but I think a lot of the cost is because of this big cap right here. This is another one with a louvered core baffle, but like I said, this is a 4.5-inch muffler body from top to bottom, so it does give you a little more of a hollow, kind of deep sound. And again, got you covered. Take a listen. Last but certainly not least are the S&S Grand National mufflers. S&S, proven performance forever and ever now, over 50 years making horsepower with motorcycles. And again, they will not disappoint when it comes to the Grand Nationals. This is kind of the mid-range in all of these. It's a 4-inch muffler body from top to bottom. It's not the tallest, it's not the shortest. It doesn't have any weird shape to it or specific shape, just a straight 4-inch muffler body with a perf core baffle, and it's got that Grand National tip on it there. Now these do come with a dB reducer installed, and you can take that out. I normally opt to take the dB reducers out of these S&S mufflers. If you're in a compliant area with sound, this is a nice option to have, or if you're just gonna go on a long ride, the option to put a dB reducer in or out, you know, is there for you. It comes with it at no extra charge. And then it has the S&S logo there in a metal badge, which is really, really nice. You know you're gonna get performance with S&S, and they're also gonna give you a good sound. I'll let you take a listen to that right now. Really, you can't really go wrong with any of these mufflers. Performance-wise, they're all going to give you about the same little bit of a bump. All of these guys are heavy hitters in the exhaust industry. They know what they're doing. They know how to make power. And with what you're dealing with here, you're dealing with a stock set of head pipes with a catalytic converter in it. So to a certain point, your hands are kind of tied when making power. All these guys know what they're doing. I would say the power is going to be within a horsepower of all of it. So it's going to come down to a couple of things for your choices here. Aesthetics. What do you want your bike to look like? Do you want that HO design? Do you want classic S&S, the big RineHart billet tip, or you want this tapered design from Cobra? So that's one thing to consider. I mean, maybe the most important thing to you, it is to most people when they buy exhaust, is what's it sound like? We've taken the time to give you all those sound files. You can check it out for yourself. If you want to put any of these on your bike, we have installation videos for all of them. I'll put those at the end of the video and in the description below. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop us a comment. If you like this, tell your friends. Go work on those motorcycles.